We are going to tell you about some unknown facts of space station that you never knew before. So let's start. Number 1, there is no air in space station. In space station, astronauts live in a space capsule, which is like a small house in space. Inside this house, there is no air to breathe. This is because the air would become useless after a few hours due to the lack of gravity. All the air molecules would just float away into space. That's why astronauts have to wear special suits when they go outside the capsule. Otherwise, they would die very quickly from lack of oxygen. Also, all sounds would disappear in space station. This is because sound needs air to travel. Without air, there is nothing for the sound waves to travel through. So it will be completely silent in space station. Even if astronauts were wearing space suits, they still wouldn't be able to hear each other. They would have to communicate using radio waves instead. Number 2, space smells like burnt popcorn and old gym socks. It's not exactly what you would expect, is it? The International Space Station has been occupied for over 20 years. And like any home, it has a few smells. Of course, there isn't any trash or dirty laundry in space. But the smell of burnt popcorn comes from the fact that astronauts often eat it. And the smell of old gym socks comes from the fact that they often wear them. That's because socks made of wool or cotton absorb sweat and oils from the feet. And when they are worn again, the bacteria starts to grow and multiply. This can cause the socks to smell, even after they have been washed. So if you want to avoid smelly socks, make sure to wear socks made of synthetic materials like polyester or nylon. These materials do not absorb sweat and oils as much as natural materials, so they will stay fresh longer. Now, 3, astronaut saliva is used to make ice cream. You may think that this is disgusting, but it is actually quite fascinating. When astronauts go into space, they are not allowed to bring any food or drink with them. This is because all of these things have to be carefully planned and packed in advance. If an astronaut wants something to eat or drink, they have to wait until it is delivered to them by a spacecraft. This can take several hours, and during that time, the astronaut has to fast. This can make the astronaut very hungry and thirsty, which is not good for their health. So to solve this problem, NASA has started to experiment with making ice cream out of astronaut saliva. This way, the astronauts can have something cold and refreshing to eat or drink whenever they want. And it is also very nutritious. Number 4, an extra toilet is sent up with every supply ship. Do you know why? It's not just for the astronauts to use, but also for the space station itself. That's because the station is constantly filling up with waste, and it needs to be cleaned regularly. The astronauts themselves produce about 8 pounds of garbage per person each year, and all of this garbage has to be taken back down to Earth. It takes about 2.5 tons of garbage from the space station every year. So that's a lot of waste that needs to be dealt with. Number 5, urine is used to make coffee. Yes, you heard that right. In space station, astronauts have to recycle their own urine to make coffee. This is because there is no other source of water in space station. All of the water that astronauts drink is recycled from their urine. The urine is collected in special containers, and then it is purified using a special machine. After that, it is safe to drink. Astronauts often complain about the taste of the coffee, but it is actually the best that they can get. These are just some of the many interesting and unknown facts about space station. Do you know any more facts about space station? Share them with us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the fun. Have a great day.